This is verse 23, the 17th chapter of the Gospel of John. Jesus concluding, really, and reaching, or at least nearing the end of the high priestly prayer, in which he continues to increasingly really amaze us at the sweep of the requests that he's making, and this verse is no exception. As he continues now, ego, the first person nominative singular of the pronoun I, so I, in, preposition takes the dative. Here we have the third person dative plural pronoun. I in them, referring to the disciples. Kai, the connective su. The second person nominative pronoun, you in, same preposition, emoi, in me. So I in them and you in me. And the parallel here, of course, makes a rather striking statement about the sense in which even as God the Father was present in Christ, so Christ would be present in us, and this union of this great connection between humanity and deity is really quite the astonishing thought. And of course, right in the middle is the mediator, who is both God and man. So I in them, you in me, hina, conjunction, which takes the subjunctive, so hina, in order that, osen, this is from me, I am, this is the third person plural, present active subjunctive, in order that they may be, and then teteleomenoi, this is from teleoo, which means to make perfect or to bring to completion. We sometimes mix a kind of Platonic idea into the notion of perfection here, but that may be a little foreign to the sense of the text, but brought to their full expression, brought to completion, brought to complete maturity would be the idea. And so in order that they may be brought to completion, ace, preposition, takes the accusative, and so we have the accusative of the number one. So in order that they may be brought to completion in one, that there's going to be a kind of perfect unity, if you will, or a complete unity of God's people, which again may seem rather striking given what appears to be the evident disunity in many cases, but there is an underlying unity, of course, of God's people through history that is not to be despised. Here we have, in order that they may be brought to one, brought into one. Hina, again the same conjunction, takes the subjunctive that we have here, in order that. This is from gnosko, I know, gnoske. This is the third person singular, present active subjunctive, in order that it may know, and then referring to the subject of that verb, hokosmos, in order that the world may know, hoti, conjunction, su. Once again, the nominative of the second person pronoun, in order that the world may know that you, me, the direct object of the verb epistelos. This is from apostello, to send, to send with a responsibility or a duty. Second person singular, aorist active indicative, in order that the world may know that you have sent me. Kai agapesos. Agapesos is the second person singular, aorist active indicative. So you have sent me, and you have loved them, referring to the disciples. The direct object in the accusative, plural, and have loved them, kathos, just as, in declinable conjunction, me, agapesos, you have loved. So you have loved them just as you loved me. Remarkable thought. God, the Father, has loved us just as he loved his Son. And of course that's because we are in Christ. He loves us in Christ. And that's a very important aspect of this, but the fact that he loves us that much and to that extent is a somewhat extraordinary and really stupendous idea that continues to really swamp, I think, probably the disciples and those who've reviewed this text in subsequent centuries with the rather sweeping affirmations and promises contained here.